All aroids either vine or they climb. Either you'll see them vining this way or you'll see them climbing. The purpose of the vining is so that it can find something, hit it, and then begin to climb, and that is the mature version. When it's vining, it's actually the immature version, the juvenile version. But all aroids want to eventually hit something and climb. You may put something in a hanging basket like a pothos, but if you were to take that pothos and then put it next to your wall, you will see that those vines will hit that wall and then start climbing and increasing in size. Well, monsteras follow the same pattern. They will either vine or they will climb. And what you're seeing with these, you can see the nodes are stacked one on top of each other. Each one of these, let me just back up and explain this. Each one of these is a little leaf scar. So there's one. There's one. This is where a leaf used to be. These are mature vines, even though they look a little bit skinnier than the giant vines that you're used to seeing. So anyway, these are all climbing. So why are they climbing? Why aren't they vining? Sometimes aroids will climb even though they are not trained to do so. They haven't hit anything. None of these vines have hit anything. So why are they stacked on top of each other? Why are they climbing instead of vining? And the reason for that is the mother vine that these were cut from was a climbing vine. It was climbing a tree and it was very mature. When the mature versions of these plants climb trees, even when you take cuttings from them, the cuttings will climb as well. It just has the growth memory of climbing, even though it doesn't have anything to climb yet. So you definitely want to give these a totem. As you can see, they are climbing. This one's interesting. This one has not even sprouted yet. There's a little leaf right there getting ready to sprout. But as you can see down here, the rooting is actually climbing. I'm not sure if you can see that, if that's clear, but it's actually rooting and it's climbing the inside of this pot. So yeah, the growth memory on these is very strong to be climbing. So all of these are actually going to be climbing monsteras. And they are more mature than they look. As you can see, there are lots of nodes on each one of these sticks. This one's a little bit pregnant, as you can see. This one's getting ready to have a leaf. This one, there's a little tiny sprout right there. So it's getting ready to have a leaf. This one obviously has a leaf, and this one has a leaf. And as you can see, there are mature fenestrations. These are coming out with mature fenestrations. They will get large. The second thing I want to mention is that just because these vines are not large, like the 2 to 3 inch giant vines, does not mean that they're not going to produce large leaves. These will produce large leaves. So these are the top cuttings. These were next to a mother that was climbing a tree. And I just cut all of these sprouts off that were sprouting off her vine. And as you can see, they are getting ready. These are the top cuttings. These are getting ready to produce leaves. So what we're going to do is probably switch to offering only rooted and or sprouted wet sticks. Now keep in mind, these are still wet sticks. These are not fully rooted monsteras, so you can still mess them up. You still need to have some experience with going ahead and growing them. So these are not necessarily for beginners. You would need smaller wet sticks to play around with as a beginner. But for right now, these are the wet sticks that we have that are rooted, that are in this style. The slim thick, that's what I call them. These are slim and the leaves are thick. So the slim thick style of Monstera, and these leaves will get giant just like the ones with the fat giant vines. These leaves will get giant as well.